The other day, someone asked me, why do you do and strategy and leadership and personal growth? And why do they work so well together? So let me explain to you what they are, because there's a bit of confusion often around them, how they strengthen each other, and why it's so important to integrate them. So the first step is strategy. And strategy, I very simply explain it, because a lot of people are very confused about strategy. It's thinking before doing. We often want to go and do, however, sometimes you want to think about before you do something. So, for example, why are you doing something? What do I want to get out of it? When I go on a holiday or when I want to travel somewhere, I have to first think, where do I want to go? Why do I want to go there? Or if I start with an exercise regime, what do I want? Do I want to be more fit or stronger or lose fat? There's different types of exercise for that. So the strategy is the thinking bit. So when we're talking about your business or your career, it's really about where do you want your business, your career to be. And you can think long term, 5 years to 10 years. Where do you want it to be? And a really good question to ask yourself is, what are we celebrating in 5 to 10 years time? What are you really proud of? And it's more than just numbers and outcomes. It's also, how do you want to feel as a person? Really important. The other question I always ask my clients is, imagine you're sitting in a cafe 5 to 10 years from now, you are overhearing a conversation on the table next to you, and they're talking about your business. What is it that they're saying? What's your reputation? What is the value you're providing? Do they really value about working with you, with your business? And that is really getting into the core of what you stand for. So strategies combining where you want to get to, what you stand for, what the value it is that you're creating, what drives you, which comes back into your values and your purpose, and then also in what is the clear and concise message that we are going to put together to create, that we can repeat over and over and over again on this journey to become recognized for. So strategy, it might sound a bit complicated. It's not. There's many steps into it, but it's basically, as I said in the beginning, it's the thinking before the doing. And this is actually a stage where great guidance can be extremely helpful. Someone who's gone through the process, who knows the steps, who knows the right questions to ask. So that's the strategy, it's the thinking. Obviously, once you have a strategy and you have a plan, this plan needs to get into reality. You need to bring it to life, and that's where leadership comes in. So when I talk about leadership, I'm not talking about position, but I'm really talking about a way of being. So I've got this great plan, I now want to bring this to life. So what that means is I need to motivate myself, I need to drive this, and I will probably have to work with others and bring others along in the journey, whether it's my team members, whether it's my peers, maybe it's my bosses. I'm a change maker. I'm going to change something, because the strategic plan is not here to keep the status quo. It's here to grow. It's here to move towards something. So the leadership aspect is really important, because once you start navigating this strategic plan and you start implementing, you will find some challenges along the way, maybe some roadblocks, maybe things don't go exactly as you want them to go. And what's really important is your leadership. And what I mean by that is to stay focused on where you want to get to, but be flexible along the way, and also keep motivating yourself. We all know how easy it is to start an exercise program. In January, everybody is starting in the gym, but we also know how much more difficult it is to keep going. So that's where your leadership journey comes in. And especially when you're also responsible for other people, the job as a leader is actually a very challenging one. However, a very rewarding one. And there's a huge difference between being a manager, making sure that tasks are done, or being a really great leader, which basically means getting the best out of people, empowering people to step into their best self. And that's what you're doing with yourself as well. If you're not leading anyone, you're always leading yourself. Ask yourself, are you empowering yourself to step into your best every day? Are you creating the right circumstances? Are you looking after yourself in the right way? So that's where leadership comes in a very nutshell. So as I said before, you can do the thinking and have a really beautiful or actionable strategic plan, but there's nothing is going to happen unless you have that leadership in place as well. And then the third element. So the third element is personal growth. And personal growth is where you tap into your own and into others, emotional intelligence, and also into your energy. So I call this personal growth, it's the fuel that keeps you going. If you are motivated from the inside because you're on the right path, you are celebrating every little win, you are okay to make mistakes, you're okay to step out of your comfort zone, and you are growing and you're learning and you are aware of also when little blockages inside of you come up. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I've never done that before. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I need to please that person. Oh, there's resistance. So to learn how to deal with those, blocks or little obstacles or big obstacles that will be there on the way. I don't want to scare you. However, when we're growing, there's always something that doesn't go to plan. We can't just be tuck, tuck, tuck. There's always something. And sometimes a diversion is fantastic. And there's a roadblock, you're traveling down the road and then you have to go in a diversion and you might find a much nicer route and a much nicer vista to look at. So this personal growth is a really strong, I call it almost a secret language. Once you feel it and you can deal with it yourself, you become so much stronger and you become so much more confident. And maybe what's even more important, things become a whole lot more fun. You're not that focused on the outcome, you're more focused on the process. Things seem to flow, and you can also it really helps improve relationships with others. So this is an element that is really, I call it the fuel, and it goes into your strategy because you cannot be clear if you're not feeling good inside yourself. So you cannot do any clear thinking. And then obviously with the ongoing leadership and bringing things into action, you need to feel good. You need to have that energy. You need to have that motivation. So that's how the three really work together. And I've been around for a while, so I've worked for 25 plus years, and I've been lucky to work in all three areas. And especially the last 10 years, the personal growth has become quite a big element, and I've integrated into everything I've done. And I'm really excited about sharing this. If you have any questions, DM me if you want to have a free discovery call to see if this might be the right fit for you.